Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the Mokana Man at YouTube with another video covering 3D printing. I had a look at Thingaverse and having a look at some models. I was handed over a 3D printed Star Destroyer from Star Wars. These are awesome overpowered giant spaceships. If you haven't seen the movie, God knows what. This was made on the riprap out of pink PLA. Very, very nice print out of 3 pieces. I'm going to put the model in the comment section or description section below for others who may also want to have a go. It was scaled down significantly and I started coating it in primer to sand back and airbrush. This model was going quite well. I was working on it in a club meet and some wanker stole it. So using my inferior up mini, I also printed it out of PLA. This is the result on the rafters, which I had to remove. And it came out to be a tad more shabby and a little smaller. Same treatment, I had to separate all the pieces using a scraper and applied multiple layers of very thick automotive etching primer, which is a spray putty, primer and etcher all in the one solution, a few times, and sanded back to a smooth consistency using sandpapers ranging from about 100 grit all the way down to 240 wet. Wanting to depict the scene from the 7th episode Star Wars film with the crashed Star Destroyer in the desert, I produced a wargaming base out of AutoCAD, chopped up the Star Destroyer and superglued it down. I roughly marked where I want to do some battle damage and ripping up, and dremeled and rough sanded some areas, cut damaged various bits and pieces. There was a tiny bit of few pits and dents left over from sanding and treating. One more coat of primer and sanding would have made this model absolute perfect, but I left it for the nature of the weathered and battle damaged look. Once glued down, Milliput was applied around the Star Destroyer and base to make the sand dunes, and PVA glue was applied on top of the base and the putty with the finest sand I had available sprinkled on. After some time drying, multiple coats of Tamir or Mr. 500 Surfacer primer was applied to cover up any final mistakes and get a very, very fine, massive scale down pat. Mr. Surfacer 1500 Black was used to pre-shade the edges and around the base. Various Mr. Colour lacquers were used to colour in the Star Destroyer. Just went from a medium grey all the way to a very light grey, then going back over with black to highlight any battle damage or blasted or exploded areas. The sand was secondarily painted with a very bright orange and then fading it into a lighter sand colour with the tiniest bit of shading of black underneath and in the dunes to give a bit of definition. It's pretty much colouring in with the brightest colour and then just shading on top for the different tones to show through. Then everything was finished up with a few coats of Tamir Matte Clear to seal it all up. The major focus in the painting areas was just to have the effect of where the light is hitting it, the appearance of sand over this very, very large ship in a very large scale, depicting a crashed item of such magnitude in a science fiction setting was a bit difficult to sculpt and imagine, but in the end it was all in the name of fun and mucking around, especially the chance of ripping out the 3D printer and doing something creative with an existing model on Thingaverse. I believe the most important part was printing out the model. I'm definitely getting a better understanding of the Up Mini, what plastics and what settings it goes through. I will be doing some more tutorial-based 3D printing videos after the Gunpla Builders World Cup, with more finding on settings and plastics and whatnot. This model printed out quite nice, but rough. I've also got down pat the application of the right type of putty or primer and sanding it back to a perfectly smooth consistency. To produce this model, print it, sand it, base it on this diorama and painting took approximately 4 to 6 hours, so it's just a very quick, very fun project that took about an hour every day within a week, in between other projects, of course. With this finding, if you're interested in the base or Star Destroyer, the link for the Thingaverse model itself is down below to produce yourself. I printed this off in quarter scale. The material used was PLA. And that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this very short stint video while I'm still doing further and more complicated works for the Gunpla Builders World Cup. I have also produced another 3D printed model which will be shown on this channel in a fortnight's time, so make sure to stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time, catch you guys later.